Hello there once again, my dear students. Today, we're going to continue our lesson about spreadsheets. And our topic for today is all about managing a worksheet. Okay? So first, we're going to take up our objectives first. So, our objectives, number one, is for us to identify the different worksheet management techniques. So we're going to find out what are the different ways or techniques in managing a worksheet. Okay. Number two, manipulate the commands involved in worksheet management. So there are commands that we're going to use. We're going to apply it. So we're going to find out how are we going to use it in order for us to manage our worksheet. Okay? And number three, value the importance of the commands involved in worksheet management. When we say value the importance, we must know how to apply these commands properly. When is the time that we're going to use these commands, and how are we going to apply it properly? Okay, so we all know last time that a worksheet is a collection of cells organized in rows and columns. Okay, it is the working surface you interact with in order for us to enter the data. So the worksheet or spreadsheet is like a giant table, right? Okay. So this time around, for example, this coming election, so there are candidates for president, vice president, senators down, okay, and down to the local. So for president, we have 10 candidates. So we're going to tabulate their votes, right? So that will be we're going to enter it in our worksheet. And then there is again another for vice president, votes for vice president, and for senators. So we're going to use the worksheet in order to tabulate them. Okay? So this is our worksheet, right? So you can, as you can see here, at the bottom, there's sheet 1. So we need many sheets in order for us to tabulate and not in order for us to separate the votes for president, votes for vice president, and so on. It's like that. Okay? So, but before we continue with the worksheet management, we have to find out. So I have to find out, you have to find out too. If you have learned something during our past lesson. So we call that total recall. So you're going to check yourself if you learned something last time. Okay? So, for example, this one. Okay, so what do we call this again? So as you can see at the bottom, we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So this is a worksheet. Okay. So what about this? Can you see this? Numbers 1 down to 27 and so on. So what do you call these? These are called rows, right? Those are called rows. Okay? So, how many rows are there in a worksheet? For example, on sheet 1, in sheet 1, how many rows? There are 65,536 rows. Okay, can you imagine that? Okay, what about this? Can you see this? These are letters A to S. And if we move further, it will be AA, AB, AC, and so on. So, what do you call these? These are called columns. Okay, so yes, so those are called columns. And how many columns are there in a worksheet? There are, okay, there are 256 columns. So, and if we multiply 256 by 65,000 plus rows, how many cells will there be? So there will be more than 16 million cells. Okay? So we're talking about cells. Okay? So now that you have we have recalled the past lesson, maybe how many items were you able to take? Okay? So you check your own answer. Okay? So let us proceed. This time we're going to take up a demo clip for our new topic, which is about managing a worksheet. But before we proceed to a demo clip or demonstration clip or a video clip, I'm going to give you the guide questions. Okay? So, with these guide questions, I want you to take note while watching the video clip. Okay? So, while watching the video clip, you're going to try to answer these guide questions. Okay? So, number one, how do we insert a new worksheet? Okay, take note of that. Number two, how do we copy a worksheet? Okay, and then number three, how do we name or rename a worksheet's tab? Okay, name and rename. And then number four, how do we move a worksheet? Move the worksheet from one place to another or insert it in between worksheets. Okay, and then how do we color the tabs of a worksheet? And how do we delete a worksheet? So these are the guide questions that I want you to answer later on. So take note of this while watching the demonstration clip or video. Okay, so this is the desktop. So we're going to click on search right at the bottom. Now, if we have this, for example, we do not have the Excel icon here. Okay, so let's remove the Excel. So if there's no Excel icon here, okay, so we're going to type in Excel so that the Excel icon will appear. Okay, right there. So just click the Excel icon up and the Excel workbook will now appear. The home button, wherein we also have the new button. Okay, so we can have a new workbook, blank workbook. Even in the home button, there is a blank workbook. Okay, now in the open icon button, so you can see there the files that has been created, or maybe it's in the folders, okay, or in the OneDrive. So let's go back to home button and click on the new or the blank workbook. Okay, so this is a blank workbook. Okay, there's nothing in there. Okay, so let's uh, type in here the word Monday. Okay, so for example, we're going to create uh, the days of the week, which is Monday up to Sunday or Sunday up to Saturday. Okay, so here it's Monday, okay, which is in sheet number one. So we're going to add another sheet for Tuesday. So just click on the add button at the bottom, and as you can see, we have a new worksheet. So first sheet one is Monday, sheet two, there's nothing in there. So we're going to type in here the word Tuesday. Okay. Okay. So Tuesday, let's make it big. Okay. So Tuesday. Okay. So how many sheets are we going to add? So we're going to add another for Wednesday. Okay. Click on the plus button to add a worksheet. Then another one. Okay, so we have there now sheet 1, which is Monday, sheet 2, Tuesday, sheet 3, there's nothing in there, it's supposed to be Wednesday. Okay, so let's try to apply what we have learned before, which is the copy. Okay, right click, click on copy, or go to the icon copy on the menu bar. Okay, then click on paste. Okay, have it there on sheet 4. Select the cell and then right click, paste. So there are many ways to paste the copied word. Okay, so sheet 1, it's Tuesday. It's supposed to be what? Wednesday. Okay, so that is Wednesday. Okay, and sheet 4 is Thursday. Okay, okay. Now that is for adding a worksheet. What about if we want to copy a worksheet? So right click, for example, on sheet 4, right click and then select or click on move or copy. Okay. Now, all we have to do is check on the duplicate or copy and then click OK. So we have there sheet 4 and then sheet 4 open close parenthesis 2. Okay. Okay, let's repeat. Right click. Okay. Move or copy. This time we're going to select at the end of the sheets or at the end of sheet 4. So when we click on OK, so we have there sheet 4 copy number 2, and sheet 4 copy number 3. Okay? So we have there how many sheets do we have now? So we have 2, 4, 6 sheets. Okay? Okay, so let's try again. Move or copy. Okay? At the end, then click OK. So we have there sheet 4, which is Thursday. Sheet 4, copy number 3, still Thursday. And then, so we're going to make that Friday. Sheet 4, copy number 3. Okay? And then, sheet 4, copy number 2 will be Saturday. Okay? And sheet 4 copy number 4 will be Sunday. Okay? So, now let's try to arrange this. Okay? So, what we're going to do now is rename. Give a name to the different sheets. So if sheet 1 is Monday, therefore, it should be named Monday. Okay, so click on rename. Right click and then click on rename. Again, right click, select sheet 1, right click, and then rename. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, let's type in Monday. Then sheet 2, rename. Okay, Tuesday. And let's do that. Sheet 3, rename, right click, rename, Wednesday. Okay. And then sheet 4, right click, rename, it's Thursday. Okay. And then sheet 5, right click, rename, Friday. It's sheet 4, copy number 3. And then sheet 4, copy number 4, rename, it's Sunday. And then sheet 4, copy number 2, let's rename it to, since it is Saturday. Okay. Now, we have to arrange this. Okay. So, we have to move Saturday in between Friday and Sunday. So, select Saturday. Okay. We put it after Friday, right? Okay, so select Saturday, right click so that it will go in between Friday and Sunday. Okay, right click, select Saturday, right click, move. This time, do not check on the copy. All you have to do is move it before Sunday. Okay, so as you can see, it is already arranged. But based on the calendar, Sunday is the first day of the week. So we moved Sunday. It should be before Monday. So move or copy. It should be before sheet Monday. And then click OK. Now we have arranged it. Okay. See, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. Now we're going to add colors. Okay. We're going to add color for each of the sheet. Okay. So for example, Sunday is a red letter day. Okay. So we have the sheet Sunday as red, and then Monday as the first day of the week, green. Okay. And then Tuesday, which is we're going to choose for colors. It's up to you. Let's select blue. Okay. Wednesday, let's try tangerine or somewhat yellow. Okay. Thursday will be light blue. Okay. And then Friday will be orange. And Saturday is going to be purple. Okay. So we have now applied color for every sheet. We even renamed the sheet. We even learn how to add sheets. Okay. Now, for example, we accidentally add or copied a sheet. Okay. So we have there Saturday copy number 2. So let's try to delete sheet 9 and Saturday copy number 2. Okay, we already have sheet 10 too. Okay, so how are we going to delete these sheets that we do not need? First is select the sheet, right click, and then delete. Okay, confirm that you want to delete that named sheet. Okay, you can see it's already done. Delete, and the other one, sheet number 10, delete. Okay, that's it. So let's try to save now the document since we already completed the days of the week. Okay, Sunday up to Saturday. Okay, so we're now going to save the document, file, okay, save as or save. Okay, now we're going to put it in the folder grade 7 ICT. Okay, if there's no grade 7 ICT, you're going to create a new folder. Okay, so since there is already a document there, so we're just going to make a different file name. If the file name is the same, we could just add another copy. Okay, so we're going to add there. Let's delete that one and put their copy number 2. Working with worksheets, copy number 2, so that the old file will not be overwritten. Okay, so now we have saved the document. Working with worksheet, copy number 2. Let's close the file. Okay, right on the X button or in the file menu, we can also close it. Okay, so there's no more file, then let's close the Excel app. Okay, now we're going to look for the file. We can click on the library folder right at the bottom, or we can search for the Excel app. Okay, so as you can see, the file is already there. Recent file, it says there. Okay, so if the file is not in the recently opened file, we can click open and look for it. Okay. Okay, so it is in my documents and in folder grade 7 ICT. We select grade 7 folder and open it and then select the file that we want. So we already know that the file that we just created has been saved. So let's try to open it in the library. Right click library and look for it. So it's there already, recently opened. If it's not in the recently opened document, go to documents, go to the folder grade 7 ICT, and then select the file. Okay, so you have there the different days of the week together with its assigned colors in every worksheet. Okay, let's now close the document. Okay, and let us proceed to our lesson. Okay, close this and close the file, and then you can shut down the computer. Okay. Okay, so you have seen the video clip. So I hope you were able to take down notes in order for you to answer the guide questions. Okay, so for your group activity, so each member of the group has to work together. Okay, each group has to work together in order for them to attain the outputs by answering the guide questions. So each group is given 3 minutes to come up with their output. Okay? So try answering the guide questions. Okay? So you have to refer it. If you want, you can go back to the video clip, to the demonstration video and watch it again. Okay? So you are given 3 minutes. Okay, last 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, so time is up. So I hope you were able to answer those questions given a while back. Okay. But if you were not able to answer those questions, do not proceed. Okay? So you go back, watch the video clip again in order for you to answer those guide questions. Okay? So now let's sum it up. Okay? So let's try answering all together now. Answering the guide questions based on the video clip that we've just seen. Okay? So try to check if your answers are correct. Okay? So, number one question, how do we insert a new worksheet? Okay. So, how do we insert a new worksheet? Okay. Let's see. We can insert a new worksheet by locating and clicking the plus or new sheet button near the bottom left corner of the spreadsheet window. Where is that? Okay. It's right here. So when you point the mouse on the plus button, the new sheet message will appear. Okay? So this is how we insert a new worksheet. Okay? So are your answers correct? Is your answer correct? Okay, so question number 2. How do we copy a worksheet? Okay. So let's find out if your answers are correct. We can copy a worksheet using the following steps. So there are steps this time. Okay, step number 1. Right click on the worksheet that we want to copy. Okay, that's step number 1. And then, step number 2, select or click move or copy. Then, check create a copy. Put a check there. Okay? And then, if you want to move the sheet at the end, you choose move to the end. If you want to move the sheet before the sheets, you can select maybe before Monday or before Sunday. Select it. Okay? And then click OK. Okay? So that is for 1. Okay? And then the steps for how do we copy a worksheet. Okay, so check your answers if you're able to get it. Okay. Number 3 question, how do we move a worksheet? How do we move a worksheet? Okay, so we can move a worksheet using the following steps. Okay, step number 1, again, select the worksheet that we want to move, and then click on move or copy. And then step number 3, this time we're not going to check create a copy. So there's no check there. Okay? And then if we want to move it before sheet Sunday, select Sunday. And then click OK. Okay, so check your answers if you are right. Okay, remember this is a group work, so there should be a collaboration, huh? Okay, so another question, how do we color the tabs of a worksheet? How do we color it? Okay, so there are steps in coloring the tabs of a worksheet. Okay, step number 1, select the worksheet that we want to color. Okay, and then point the mouse into the tab color and the color box will appear. So this is the theme color. And then select the color that you want. Okay, and click OK. So when you select the colors that you want, it will already apply into the tab. Okay. Now, how do we delete a worksheet? Are there steps? Okay, find out. Let's find out. Okay, so there are steps in deleting a worksheet. Step number 1, select the worksheet and then click on delete. And the worksheet that you want to delete will be deleted. Okay, so let's take up why do we need to learn this topic. Okay, so let's find out its practical application. Okay, question number 1. Why do we need to name things? Why? Not only in worksheets, worksheet tabs. Why do we need to name things? For example, you're watching a game in sports. How do you know the game that you're watching wherein opponents are shooting the basket? How are you going to explain that? So that's why there is a name for basketball or for volleyball, for sports events. There are names. So giving names or naming things is very important. For example, you want to know the address where your classmates live, but there is no street names. How can you go there? How will you know where your classmate lives? Okay? So, naming things is very important. Especially your toys, they have names, right? For example, your pets, they have names. So, naming things is very important. Okay. Question number 2. What is the importance of assigning a color to certain things? For example, during the time that we go to school, okay, when you were still going to school, you have your subjects. How many subjects? 8, sometimes 9, 10. Okay. For example, in your MAPE subjects, so there is music, arts, physical education, and health. So how many notebooks? Okay, so you have 4 notebooks. So you're going to, in order for you to easily pick your notebook in music, for example, in your bag, how are you going to identify it if you can only look at it by picking at your bag? By the use of color, right? Maybe your music is green and then physical education is blue. Okay? Even in other subjects like science, math. So you assign colors to it. Remember the Catleya notebook? There's pink, there's light blue, there's yellow, right? Okay, so that is the importance of assigning colors for us to visually identify it. So when you can see that is my notebook in science, like that. So you can identify it visually. Okay? Number 3 question. Have you tried working on something that you need simple management? What is it? How was it? How were you able to gain about it? Simple management. Simple things. Like for example, in your room, in your bedroom, how do you manage the tidiness of your bedroom? So there are places where your in your study table, you have a place there where you put your notebooks, your ball pens, okay, and then your diary. So you have to arrange them properly. Arranging things is a simple way of managing so that you can easily find what you're looking for, right? So when it is properly arranged. If it's cluttered and you're in a hurry to use it and you cannot find it, so there's a problem there. So managing simple things like arranging it properly, putting it into order, makes work easy. Okay? So, let us generalize what we have learned today. So, why do we need to learn how to work or manage worksheet? Why? Why do we need to learn them? As I've said a while ago, for example, in your research subjects, okay, you gather data. So where are you going to put the data that you've gathered? You're going to put it or tabulate it using a worksheet. So worksheet is very useful. Why? Because the data, maybe later on, your teacher will ask you to create a graph of that data. So it's very easy to create a graph. What kind of graph? Bar graph, pie graph, and so on. So that we will soon learn how to create a graph based on the data that you have gathered. So that's why it is very important to learn how to work and manage worksheets. Okay? Number 2, what are the benefits of knowing how to manage worksheet? What are the benefits of it? When you know the different colors of your sheets. So you already know, just like the notebook. You already know, this sheet, color blue is for my research subject. The data that I gathered last time. So it's easy to identify when we know how to manage our worksheet. Okay? So let us proceed. Okay. For your quiz. Okay, now, with this quiz, I want you to write your answer in a 1/4 sheet of paper. Okay? As soon as you finish, take a picture of it, then send it to me. Okay? So, here's the direction. Unjumble the words or words, which is in the first column. Okay? Okay, write your answer on a 1/4 sheet of paper. As I've said, take a picture of it, then send it to me. Okay, so, number 1. This refers to holding the left mouse button without releasing while moving the mouse. Okay. Number 2. A command for transferring a worksheet to a new location. Number 3. It means to copy a worksheet. Number 4. A term used to denote pressing the right mouse button. And number 5, a reserved word which is not allowed to be used as a worksheet name. Okay, write your answer in a 1/4 sheet of paper, take a picture of it, and send it to me. I'll be waiting. Okay. Are you done? Okay. So, for your assignment, okay, make your own short video demonstrating the following worksheet management tasks. Okay, so here are the tasks. Number 1, inserting a worksheet. Number 2, deleting a worksheet. Number 3, moving or copying a worksheet. Number 4, renaming a worksheet. And number 5, applying color to a worksheet tab. Okay, so these 5 refer to the video clip. Create your own short demonstration video. Okay, and here is the rubric for your assignment. So if the video has a clear display, 5 points. If your voice is very clear, okay, 5 points. Effort, time management. So if you can submit it to me, PM send it to me, the earlier the better. So there's a score of 5 points. And then, of course, the very important one, presentation. Okay? 20 points. And so all of these will have a high score of 35 points. Okay? So that's it for lesson for today. Good day. Keep safe, everyone. Goodbye.